Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new tutorial in Unreal Engine. So this is your favorite serious player Nick here, guys. So today I'm going to show you a small tutorial on how to make AI characters follow your main character in a game. So here we have a mama bear and her 3 cubs. So you can see that wherever she goes, the cubs follow. So this can be achieved in Unreal Engine using an AI node. It's pretty simple, and I'll walk you through the steps on how to do this. So let's get started. So what do we have? So we have some bear assets from NVIDIA. So we downloaded them from the Unreal Engine store. And as you can see, you have, this is the main bear character which I've used in my game. So this is the player character. That's the brown bear. It's a mother, so female brown bear. And I've configured the animation and everything accordingly for running and moving and turning, etc. And then you have the brown bear cub, which is also part of the Animalia family pack of brown bears. So here you can see the brown bear cub, and it's also configured with all the animations to run, move, etc. So let's get started. So basically I have this world set up for demonstrating this tutorial. This is a new project which I'm working on. And you can see here I have instantiated 3 brown bear cub objects. So they are positioned over here. So you can see 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So now if I play the game, you can see that I have my mother bear, the mama bear. So she moves, but nothing happens to the cubs because the cubs are just in their idle animation right now. So they don't do anything. They don't follow. So what we have got to do here is basically go to the brown bear cub, and we have to configure the event graph to make them move. So this is how our event graph looks like for the brown bear cub, right? So the first thing we have to do is to define a custom event to make the bear cub move towards the mama. So let's define a custom event. Custom event, we call it event follow player, right? That is our event. And what we need to do is when the play begins, we need to call this event for the bear cub. So it starts always moving towards the mom. That's how I'm intending to do it. Okay. So then what we have to do is in the event, we need to move to, what is it called? AI move to, sorry. AI move to. So basically this node is an AI node used to move the blueprint object to a particular location. And how do we define the location? For that we need get player pawn. That's what we use, and we give this as the target over here. Okay, and for the AI move to node, we need to also tell which node it needs to move. So that you can do by getting the self reference, right? And then you can feed it over here. Now it's pretty simple, right? So we can also define an acceptance radius to which it can move. So I set it as 250 for now, right? And what can we do on success? Once it reaches, we simply keep calling this event again and again. It needs to be in a loop, right? Event follow player, and at the moment for the failure also we are setting it like this. So this will make the bear cub move towards the mama. So let's verify if it works. Save. So now when I play the game, you see they're moving. All of them are moving. It's pretty simple. That's all you need to do. You can, of course, fine-tune this movement. So now you can see that the bear cubs are always running. So you can actually fine-tune this to an even better version. So let me try doing that. So let's head over back to the blueprint. So you can define something like we could set a distance, if the bear cub is far away from the mama bear, it runs, and if it is closer to the bear, it walks, it slows down. This is simply for a realistic experience, you know. So how can you do that? So we need to get actor location. Yeah. And we need to also get the player pawn actor location, right? So now we need to add a minus node. Okay. Vector length. And then we do a comparison basically. Greater than equal to, and we put here, let's say this distance, or let's set this distance to be 600 units. So if it's more than 600 units, he has to run because it's too far, right? And if it's within 600 units, he slows down and he moves into a walking speed. That's what we're going to do. And we can use this event tick default node to achieve this. We simply create a branch over here, right? And the condition is this guy over here, right? Let's get self reference. So we simply get the character movement component. Where is it? I think it's at the bottom. Yeah. And then we set the walk speed. Okay. If it's true, which means if it's greater than 600 units, we need to set it as pretty high, right? So let's put it 300, and we need to clone this once. We need to set it to 150, maybe half of the speed when it is false. So basically when the distance is less than 600, which means it's relatively closer to the mama bear, we are setting the speed to 150. So that's it. So this is a fine-tuned adjustment you can add to the basic AI move mechanism to make it more realistic that the bears, of course, you need to feed the target over here, right? Yes. And now if you try playing, you see they slow down. When they're closer to you, they slow down. So now they start running, they slow down once it's within 600. I have even configured cool animations for the bear cubs, so they do random animations when they are idling. So there is a list of 5 or 6 animations from which it's randomized and chosen, so that makes it look more realistic. I mean, you can of course add more logic into it to make the bear cubs do unique things instead of having similar animations. So that's something which you could add as a detail to it, but this is how it looks. It's pretty cool. Of course, this is a very basic tutorial, and there are more complex scenarios of this follow mechanism which you might have to handle. So I hope you guys could follow the simple tutorial which I showed, and I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas break, and wishing you a very happy New Year in advance. So let's see you again in a brand new tutorial. Until then, this is Serious Bear Nick signing off. See you guys. Bye.